Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, our report is the continuation of the report of Rahila, which is the Module 5, Multicultural and Global Literacy. Okay, so assessment strategy for global competence. The PISA or Program for International Student Assessment of Global Competence contributes development while considering challenge and limitation. So, these programs is focus nila is to assess the knowledge and skills of the 15 years old students in reading, mathematics, and science. So this program is under by OECD, which is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So it has two components. Number one, a cognitive test exclusive focus on the construct of global understanding. So here, tinitest nila kung hanggang saan ang ability ng isang estudyante. So number two, a set of questionnaire items collecting reported information on a student's awareness on a global issue and culture skills, both cognitive and social. So yun na nga, yung si PISA, magsiset sila ng questionnaire for students. Curriculum for global competence, knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values. So here, schools can provide opportunities for students to explore complex global issues. So here, example nito is, for instance, sa subject na history or geography, while dinidiscuss ni teacher yung subject is nagkakaroon ng knowledge si students by understanding global issues, cultures, and diverse perspectives. The curriculum should focus on 4 knowledge domains. Okay, so number 1, culture and intercultural relations. So here is pag-aaralan mo at iintindihin mo ang iba't ibang cultures and different perspectives and traditions. So number 2 is socio-economic development and interdependence. So dito is makiki-socio-economic ka through exporting, exchanging product. Makiki-interconnected ka. So number 3 is environmental sustainability. Ito yung pagtatapon ng basura. For instance, yung basura mo, hindi mo dapat yan tinatapon kung saan-saan. Dapat tinatapon mo yan sa tamang lalagyan to avoid pollution. Okay, so number 4 is global institution, complex, and human rights. So, global institution, these are organizations formed by multiple countries. So, example nito is UN. So, for instance, Israel and Palestine. So, 'di ba? Di ba itong dalawang grupo na to is hindi nagkakaunawaan kasi both of them is magkaiba-iba ng perspectives. So, dito is may malaking role talaga si UN na kailangan gampanan. So, since hindi magawa ni UN yung papel niya is doon nagkakaroon ng malaking conflict. Skills to understand the world and to take action. Global competence builds on specific cognitive, communication, and social-emotional skills. So here, it is the ability of the person or ability of your students how we communicate or how to socialize the other person. So you as a teacher, we need to give the opportunities of your students to mobilize, to share their knowledge. Okay, so knowledge about the world and other cultures. Global competence is supported by the knowledge of global issues that affect lives locally and around the globe, as well as intercultural knowledge or knowledge about the similarities. So, dito is dapat talaga alam mo kung ano or what happened to the world global issues. So, you as a student, dapat global competence ka. Okay, so perspective taking refers to the cognitive and social skills of understanding how other people think and feel. So, ito yung kung paano natin intindihin yung different perspective nila, yung iba't ibang paniniwala nila. So, the second one is adaptability. So, adaptability refers to the ability to adapt system, thinking, and behaviors to the prevailing cultural environment or to situations and contexts that can present new demands or challenges. So, dahil sa pabago-bago na sistema, dapat marunong tayo mag-adapt or makibagay. Like sa curriculum natin, every year, nagbabago yung curriculum natin. So, dapat marunong tayong mag-adapt. Okay, so openness, respect for diversity, and global mindedness. Globally competent behavior requires an attitude of openness towards people from other cultural backgrounds, an attitude of respect for culture differences, and attitude of global mindedness. So here is ito yung open-minded tayo sa tao, kung paano natin sila naiintindihan, kung gaano tayo kawiling intindihin sila. Openness toward people from other cultural backgrounds involves sensitivity towards curiosity about willingness to engage with other people and other perspective on other world. So ito yung sinasabi ko na kung paano tayo kawiling intindihin yung different perspective nila. Okay, so the next one is respect consists of positive regard for someone based on judgment of intrinsic worth. So, here naman, ito yung tinatanggap natin yung different perspective or opinion ng isang tao. Okay, so the third one is global mindedness. It's defined as a worldview in which one sees herself connected to the community and feels a sense of responsibility for each member. So, according to Hansen, 2010. So, dito is, ito yung kung paano tayo mag-interact sa mga nakakasalamuhan natin. Valuing human dignity and valuing cultural diversity contribute to global competence because they constitute critical filters through which individuals process information about other cultures and decide how to engage with others and the world. So, valuing human dignity is very important to every individual. So, Clapham 2006 introduced the 4 aspects of valuing equality of core rights and dignity. So, number 1 is the prohibition of all types inhuman treatment, humiliation, or degradation by one person over another. So, inhuman treatment, ito yung torture or physical abuse. Humiliation, ito naman yung bullying. So, to valuing human dignity, dapat mawala ang mga ito. So, number 2 is the assurance of the possibility for individual choice and the condition for each individual's self-fulfillment, autonomy, or self-realization. To perform human valuing is meron ka dapat self-fulfillment and self-realization. Okay, so the third one is the recognition that protection of group identity and culture may be essential for that personal dignity. So, sa valuing human dignity is mahalaga ang value ng bawat grupo or identity kasi doon na ipapakita yung dignity ng bawat isa. Okay, so the last one is the creation of necessary condition to have the essential needs satisfied. So, here is, ito yung pagbibigay natin ng human needs para mabalyo natin yung human dignity. Global understanding. Understanding is the ability to use knowledge to find meaning and connection between different pieces of informations and perspectives. So, ito yung ability of the person how to understand what's happening around the world. The framework distinguishes four related cognitive processes that globally competent students need to use to understand fully global or intercultural issues and situations. So number one is the capacity to evaluate information, formulate arguments, and explain complex situation and problem by using and connecting evidence. So dito is dapat before mo aksyonan yung isang problema, dapat aware ka muna if ano yung nangyari. So number two is capacity to analyze multiple perspectives and worldviews, positioning and connecting their own and others' perspectives on the world. So dito is to be globalized, dapat pakinggan natin yung opinion or perspective ng bawat side. For example, sa politics, sa UBJP and Agila, dapat hindi yung one-sided ka lang, dapat pakinggan natin yung both perspective. Okay, so the third one is the capacity to understand differences in communication, recognizing the importance of socially appropriate communication and adapting it to the demands of diverse cultural context. So dito is dapat alam mo yung may iba't ibang perspectives and different intention. So the fourth one is the capacity to evaluate actions and consequences by identifying, comparing different courses of action on the basis of consequences. So here is dito dapat iisipin mo muna or before make an action, think first what is consequences. So yun, dapat talaga isipin mo bago mo aksyonan ang isang problema, dapat isipin mo kung ano yung magiging consequences. Integrating global and intercultural issues in the curriculum. For global education to translate abstractions into action, there is a need to integrate global issues and topics into existing subjects according to Klein 2013 and UNESCO 2014. So, sinasabi dito na dapat yung values and attitudes is nakabilong sa formal curriculum. So, dapat ini-integrate into global issues and topics into existing subject. So, according to Klein 2013. So, according to Goldell 2006, affirmed that teachers must have ideas on global and intercultural issues that students may reflect on. They also need to collaborative research topics and carefully design the curriculum while giving students multiple opportunities to learn those issues. So, yun na nga, si teachers dapat broad yung ideas niya about global intercultural issue. So, para si students is multiple opportunity to learn those issues. Okay, so pedagogies for promoting global competence. Various student-centered pedagogies can help students develop critical thinking along global issues, respectful communication, conflict management skills, perspective taking, and adaptability. So, it is simply how the way teacher deliver curriculum to the class or the method how the teacher teaching or how to approach their teaching styles. Okay, so group-based cooperative project work can improve reasoning and collaborative skills. Okay, so it is also a way of teaching. As a teacher, we need to give a chance your students to working together in a small groups to complete a project or task. So by that, students learn to work together. Okay, so the next one is class discussion. Is an interactive approach that encourages proactive listening and responding to ideas expressed by peers. So through exchanging ideas between teachers and students learn that there is no single right answer. So, di ba may mga teachers na sinasabi na walang mali sa opinion mo kasi opinion mo yun. Ini-encourage kang mag-participate sa klase. So, yun, ini-encourage ka sumagot sa topic. Kasi yun, sinasabi nga nila na walang mali sa opinion mo kasi opinion mo yan. So, there are different perspectives, right? Okay, so another one is service learning is another tool that can help students to develop multiple global skills through real-world experience. So, example nito is yung mga officer, yung mga SO. By that, nagkakaroon sila ng experience. Then, nade-develop pa yung skills nila through real-world experience. This required to participate in organized activities that are based on what has been learned in the classroom and that benefit their communities. So, according kay Bringel and Clayton, through service learning, students not only serve to learn, which is applied learning, but also serve to learn. So, according to Bengel et al. 2016. Okay, so attitudes and values integration toward global competence. Allocating teaching time to a specific subject that deals with human rights and issues and non-discrimination is an important initial step in cultivating values for global competence. So, making time to learn about human rights and fairness is super important. It helps students to understand what's right and wrong and how to treat everyone to respect. So, which is the key part of being a good global citizenship. So, that would be my part and that's all. Thank you.